for yet another event.
We are indeed.
It's amazing.
This one, the grounds are pretty good on the cross country. They've made a lot of effort, so that is good.
Yeah, so you
haven't got to just fence 4 today.
We were slightly late today. Why were we slightly late today?
Because we were minus 1 shoe. Yeah. And we now might have 4 shoes.
We were minus this shoe. So that put you off a bit. You were a bit late picking me up, and then I dropped you at the...
I actually had to pull the shoe rather than it just... Luckily, I was saying to Nick, it's a good thing we didn't have to get Jerry out of bed, have 5 of us like looking for a shoe in the field.
Because it was kind of still attached to her foot.
Yes, so luckily I've got shoe pullers.
So we're hoping she's going to be sound.
Yeah, she should be. I did walk her.
Okay, hopefully. Anyway, so we sent you off to walk the cross-country course while I took the horse and got the farrier. Very kindly popped her shoe back on. Luckily we had the shoe, which does make that a lot quicker and easier.
How much did it cost me?
£20.
Oh, lucky I had the cash.
Yeah.
I see your lunch gone, Jancis.
No, Lucy, no. Right, I'm going to be the shit groom all day. Lunch.
Luckily you've done with studs already. You haven't done with studs?
Oh no. Hang on a minute. You know studs are only done by each other in exceptional circumstances. You've still got an hour before dressage. It's not an exceptional circumstance. I did get the stud kit out. I did consider it, didn't I? I just didn't actually do it.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right, you're welcome. Anyway, how does the course look?
Fine.
Good.
I thought the novice looked quite chunky.
Yeah, so
I shouldn't have been looking at the novice, I know.
Glad you didn't enter the novice?
No, it would have been a good challenge because you need to do these things.
Yeah.
And find out where your training is, but pretty satisfied to be having a go around the 100.
This is the lowest stress you've been all season, I'm sure.
It is genuinely the lowest stress I've had all season.
Yeah.
It won't be because I'll be annoyed with my dressage or something, but weirdly it's like a pressurised, non-pressurised day.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter today, does it? Just
well, it'd be nice, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and that's it. It's my last shot today.
Is your very last shot, because now she's got a point. She'd never be eligible for this class ever again.
Nope.
Have to wait till...
Well, unless I downgraded her, because she's not a novice horse.
Yeah, but...
I'm hoping not to have to do that.
Yeah. I don't think there's a certain length of time that they need to have not got a point for as well. I think, to be downgraded.
Probably, I think it's like 2 years or something.
Yeah, so you can't do that for a while. No cop-outs for a bit. Just have to do open classes. Anyway, yeah, so now, although we're running late, I ditched the course walk. I'm hoping you walked it properly.
I did. Everything's on like 4, 5, it's lovely.
Okay, good.
I'm saying this and I'll probably have a disaster today, but
probably. Yeah,
it's nice, you know, everything, have a bit of time. There's a few places where you need to be a little bit sharp, you know, me and my sat-nav's not the best, so that's what I probably need to pay most attention on.
Can you try and stay the right side of the roping?
Yeah. Well, there is no roping, so that's quite helpful.
Okay, we'll try and go in the right direction then.
Yeah.
At least at 100 time you should be all right, even if you have a little sat-nav malfunction. Gonna wear a watch today?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Try and get that right today. And am I allowed to have my little woe is me?
Go on then.
Okay. Okay, you can finish doing patterns on her bottom then, explain my woe is me. Right, so my little whinge is that I should have been trotting down the centre line right now, I reckon. On my pony. Wouldn't have been here helping Lucy. As joyous as it is, Lucy, helping you.
Well, you know, lucky thing.
Almost nothing I'd rather do. I'm so helpful. Look at me. Yeah, so Nova was supposed to be here doing his regional final today. And he threw a little spanner in the works earlier in the week. So I had to withdraw him.
Why is that not going in as well as I want it to?
Temporary blip, and we can get to another regional final, although wherever we go next it will involve trekking quite a lot further away. Right, so we filmed a long debrief after Dauncey in the car on the way home last time, but it didn't record any sound.
No, because we had the microphone lead in still.
But it was basically me
having a right go at me.
No, I was being honest and giving you feedback.
That's what you call it.
Yeah. Did you appreciate it?
No, well, the thing is, I'm a very self-aware person and I know when I've absolutely screwed the pooch.
So you knew all that?
I knew what I'd done wrong.
Okay.
As knowledge is one of those things you get after you need it.
That's fair. Okay, so my theory on the Dauncey round where you had 2 down was that you had your 2 poles in the warm-up because I don't think your preparation was good enough in the warm-up.
No, it wasn't.
Exactly. But you didn't fix it in the moment. That's what I was a bit frustrated with, because you had enough time. They weren't like saying you've got to go in now. I thought you were a bit defeatist, and you just said, well, I can't, and then you went in. She jumped fine, but you hadn't really got her rideable, and we hadn't done our normal plan.
I know, and I think it's because I'd switched off because I knew it wasn't going to be competitive.
Yeah.
It was a clear round effectively, and it wasn't, of course, it really wasn't a clear round. I had 2 fences down.
No, it wasn't.
And so I just didn't really make an effort in the warm-up because I didn't really care.
But
And then I didn't train the horse either.
No, it was not a useful round.
Well, it was a useful round because I've learned a lot.
Okay, good. So anyway, that brings us back to the plan for today, because your dressage last week went much better because I think you had a better plan for your warm-up.
Yeah.
And you stuck to it.
Yeah, rather than just using hand or leg, I used leg and hand. Who knew?
It's kind of the fundamental principle of riding,
It did take me to
leg to hand.
It did take me to events to get there with that.
Yeah, after 2 very mediocre.
And when I say hand, I mean the half halt.
Yeah, not like pulling and kicking, but just balance into...
First week I had lots of leg, no half halts. Second week, which was Portman, I had...
Yeah, where you got 35.
I had half halts, but not enough leg. And then last week I had half halts and used the leg. So,
so she did a really
miracle.
Nice test. And she got 28, so what a revelation. So the same plan today in the dressage warm-up, and then show jumping warm-up. Tell me your plan.
So I went to see the wonderful Jo May. Everyone should have a lesson with Jo May.
She's brilliant.
And told her I'd absolutely screwed it up.
Good, well done for owning it.
Dauncey.
Did you tell her that I told you that you'd absolutely screwed up?
No, because I knew I'd screwed up, didn't I? Well, I came away thinking I was cross with myself. And also I knew it was also, Dauncey was a hangover from Portman because I'd done nothing about the wildness at Portman.
Yeah,
so
you've just been happy that you got your clear round. You knew you hadn't ridden it that well.
So a lot of horses, I think, it's not necessarily a problem, but with training, if you let something run on, horses will hold on to that, letting it run on.
Especially in the middle of the event season when you've only got like a week between each event, and we don't like massively jump much in between events. Like,
I can't jump at home because I've got no. Yeah. Because my ground's so hard.
No, we'll do a little gymnastic exercise just to keep them sharp, but other than that.
So what I should have done is done a jumping exercise after Portman to put back in the discipline and the training, and instead I did nothing. I then had that same wild horse at Dauncey, did nothing about putting the training back in, and then had the 2 poles. Whereas at Portman, I probably got away with not having the 2 poles.
Okay, so you've been to see Jo.
So I went to see Jo.
So what's your plan?
Explained my woes.
So what is your plan in the warm-up?
So we did a lot of 10-metre circles.
Okay.
So Jo's like, I just think your canter is slightly off. She's not soft and nice in the body. Your show jumping round needs to feel like you're doing a 10-metre circle. Okay. So we did an awful lot of 10-metre circles, came to a jump, did a 10-metre circle, came to a jump. Can I do a 10-metre circle before the jump the jump, land, do a 10-metre circle? Because then, of course, what the horse does is sit up. And that's the feel I need to have today.
Okay, so if I do a lot on camera of saying, 10-metre circle, it's just me channeling Jo.
Yeah. And then obviously, quiet hands, sit there, just let the horse do the jump.
Yeah, soft hands on the corner, I think particularly on the corner.
And also today, I think I protected her too much at Dauncey. She was running at the jump, as in like there was nothing really there. And because she'd come around the corner super buzzy, and I just I protected her by seeing the stride and sorting her out. Whereas actually, I'm going to let her run at it today, and if she clobbers it, good, and a fall off in the warm-up, then, that's going to happen.
Good footage for the vlog.
But
perfect.
I need to let her run at it and back herself off, because she won't.
So I'm going to hold you accountable for this. Everyone on the vlog's going to hold you accountable for this. I don't mind if you have a pole, but you've done a good warm-up.
Yeah, there we go. Or I've ridden a good round.
Or both, preferably.
Preferably.
Perfect. Right, let's get going.
So she warmed up really nicely, and then we moved to grass. And straight away on my entry, we had things like that. And this pretty much sums up what the test I was having. Because we'd moved to the grass, it was quite a lot going on. There was stuff behind the hedge. She just lost that throughness, and she's very light in the contact at the best of times. And when you lose the real throughness, you lose the contact and the back coming through and the hind legs powering forwards. And so what you get is any losses of balance. She will then flick her head, which used to be a real problem when she was younger, but it's been a lot better. And then today it's sort of re-emerged today, and you'll see it in when all the transitions and things like that, and it just drops our marks down. So I was really frustrated by it. Straight away on this, again, that head goes. So we got a 6.5, and we got stiffening down against the hand, but again, they're all very valid comments, these. Interestingly, my judges were only ever like half a mark away, which is really good marking. I'm very pleased with that. And then a lot of the quality of the work is so much better than it used to be, so we get away with quite a lot. And we didn't have big blips, we just have these little blips about the contact mostly and the balance. Because what happens is when they're not through, you can't half halt and them stay forwards and through into the half halt. What happens is the half halt comes on, she jammed her leg slightly, and then the head flicks. So again, we get that comment on the medium trot about the balance could be better. Again, because you sort of have to ride it a little bit tentatively, because you're not going to get that sharp transition back. Into the walk, and she's got a very good walk, so I'm very lucky with that. The stretching on the free walk has always been a problem. We get 6.5s from both. One about little tension, which you can kind of see. She's, the head's not there, and she's like got a very good walk, and she has a really good over track, but they really like to see the neck and the back come through and soft, which we don't really get with this consistent stretch. So into the walk, trot, and into canter, so that isn't too bad. We got a 7. And then our half circle, our 20-meter circle, we got 6 and 6.5, and only got my only comment about accuracy, which is a miracle for me. And then I got a comment about the release could be clearer. And one of the reasons the release wasn't clearer is because, of course, there you go, that's why. Because, of course, you give away the contact, and because she's not through and soft into the contact, she then waggles her head. So, of course, you're going to drop the marks. Half circle, which is good. Her balance is so much better this year, so this type of thing's a lot better. But we would have been really found out if we were doing a novice test where you have a lot more changes in the pace, so you'd be like medium canter, medium trot a lot more. So it's probably quite lucky we were doing this. Into the next canter, we got a 6.5, slight hollowing in transition, and the quarter slightly in. Again, we kind of will often lose the straightness. And then I got another 6.5 for my give and retake, and a 6, because again, it was brief, because she wasn't there. You can see, it's just not very good. So they're very fair marks. I had the comments about slight loss of balance in this half circle, and I think you can't quite see it so well this way, but I think it's on this straight line. You can see she just varies her rhythm very slightly, and it's because, again, she's not through. So I think the judges probably got a better view of her head and neck, where she wasn't quite so through, and then it didn't look quite so good in the contact. And then we're finishing off with our half circle. This is why you should always look at where your marks come, because actually for this you have to do a half circle. For 1 mark you do half circle, working trot, and into halt. So that's quite a lot just for the 1 mark. And then we halt. We're not quite square. One judge will tell us off for that, and the other didn't mind quite so much. Yeah, we're on 3 tracks, so you can see it very clearly from behind. So overall, a little bit of a disappointing test, and I was a bit frustrated by it because I know we can do a lot better, but it's just one of those things. And there you go, I came out an M because I was fed up. So microphones didn't work for this as I was walking back after dressage, and the reason I'm off the horse is because I'd actually walked the show jumping very quickly. And I think I just whinged and moaned, and Jancis was like getting fed up with me because I was whinging and moaning, and she was just like, yes, you know, it was rubbish, you got to carry on. I was doing my normal moany cow thing where I'd be like, I don't want to carry on, blah, blah, blah. Problem is, I'm a really competitive rider, and you kind of think, oh, I've worked so hard on this, and then it's not quite come off, and then you're a bit disappointed. And when I'm disappointed, I'm not a great person. I think that's where we all are. Horse is quite happy. And then I'm miserable because I want to be really competitive. And this, with the regional finals, you have to absolutely nail every phase. You can be on a good jumper, but it depends what other people do, and then you're sort of reliant on other people performing. And if everybody then performs at the top of their abilities, then then you don't really get a chance to climb back after the jumping. But yeah, I'm moaning, whingy, and fed up. And Jan's like, well, you need to go carry on because you actually need to run. So there we go. Look at my little miserable face. What a great person. But it's competing, and it's one of those things, and it's very useful for me to compete under pressure. So we discussed a lot earlier how I'd gone to the amazing Jo May to get my jumping sorted out. She is a bit of a weirdo, this horse. She's actually a lot more relaxed than on a surface jumping, probably because we do a lot of British show jumping, which is predominantly on a surface. So she kind of like, I think she does relax a bit more, whereas on grass, she's a little bit more buzzy. So you can see we're doing our, maybe not 10 metres, maybe slightly bigger, but I'm practicing doing those. And the difference between her and Dauncey is immense. She's an awful lot softer through her body. She's a lot more relaxed. And so the canter's better because she's just not trying to run and jump. And yeah, that needs to be sharper. So yes, doing lots of 10-metre circles, trying to get that canter is good, and trying to get her uphill and soft through her body. And the 10-metre circles work really, really well for that, because they give you, as long as you ride forwards, I need to ride a bit more forwards into those 10-metre circles, but as long as you ride forwards into your 10-metre circles, then you actually have a good show jumping canter, because the horse is exactly where you need them to be. And that's what I spent a bit of my time doing in the warm-up, so I thought that might interest people where I am. Do little bits of leg yield left and right as well to help with her. So I'd do like 3 strides left, 3 strides right, zigzagging down the long side, also to help her get on her hind leg a bit more, because essentially you want the hind leg to be stepping through and the power to be coming through from behind. So yeah. Then we can see as it takes into jumps, she's so much better this week.
Nice, yeah.
And slight stumble behind there, but yeah, so much better this week anyway, because she's just more relaxed being on the surface. She is a bit of a weirdo, but she's my weirdo, and in a way it's quite nice for me to be able to have this nicer horse to ride, because then I can ride better rather than having to sort of like do the damage limitation when she's very, very hot. And coming around to fences and very keen to get going. This is kind of how she jumped at Aston, which is that nice and relaxed. And you can ride up in the canter, ride down in the canter, and it's just all so much better. There we go. So yes, overall very pleased with my warm-up, stuck with the plan, didn't get told off by Genesis, and it went pretty well. So we don't jump a huge amount of fences, we'll probably jump about 7. I'd start with 2 cross poles, jump the upright twice, and it would not be a huge upright, then it would be a more decent upright, and the ground pole would be rolled out for her with the upright for those times. Then we go on to the oxer, so we'd jump a smaller oxer, and then we'd jump a lot bigger oxer. Sometimes we pull it out, again, if we want her to, especially if she's buzzy, we'll often pull the oxer right out, so she actually has to really work over her back and stretch and use herself a bit better. She's got loads and loads of scope, so, you know, we don't worry about that. That's, I think I got cut up at that point. And then we're back on 10-metre circles, so there we go, just coming to the, just nice and quiet to the oxer, because we want her using her body. And then we would have a break, depending on how many horses are going. So we probably jump about 6 to 7 horses in front to get going, jumping, and then we'd often have a break watching how the course is going. And then this is what we tend to finish with for her, because she is a good jumper, but she can be very slightly casual sometimes, or just get a bit complacent. We roll the pole for the upright right under, so that she actually has to measure the fence herself. You try and be very consistent coming in. Ooh, it's not. That's why she's ending up doing another circle. She wasn't consistent coming in. But yeah, we try and be very consistent coming in, jumping exactly how you've jumped everything else. And then the pole is rolled as much under as you can get away with legally. Like you can see it there. and that's what she finishes on. And if she hits it in front or she hits it behind, that's perfect. She goes into the ring on that, because that's what sort of like helps her with her jumping and holds the shape in the ring. And that's our warm-up.
Right, we've just had a really good warm-up. Stuck to the plan, did it very well. So we're in a good place.
Section 10, the Lucy Council. Lucy arrives at Insey with B50.
Good. Good job. Good girl. Don't override. Nice. Come on. Oh, hallelujah. What do you know? Stick to the system and warm up well. You go clear. Miracle. You're a bit happier now, Lucy.
I am a bit happier now, Jancis.
That was even a smile on your face.
Oh, no, I'm really pleased with how she jumped.
I think you should be, like, compared to a week ago, the whole picture was just, yeah, how it should have been, but you did a super warm-up, rode really well.
Good old Joe May, hey?
Yeah, you just need reminding every so often. Thanks, Joe. And then I think you rode super in the ring.
Yes.
That I actually think that was probably your most level and best show jumping round I've seen you do all year.
Yeah, no, I'm really pleased with that.
Aston was very good as well, but I think that was maybe even better because she got a bit hot coming to last at Aston.
Yeah, and actually, I remember to ride between my jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, do you know what I think it probably helped was hearing that one had had some time penalties.
Yeah.
Because it just meant you had to stay a bit forwards.
And well, I also cut the inside, that line to 8.
Yeah.
Just because I thought, I'm a little bit slow in places, be careful.
Yeah. So I think that was super job. Super job, Lucy. Super job, Insey. Happier now, going to run cross country.
Portman just a couple of weeks back.
Right, well she's a bit more on her game now because she knows she's in second place.
Up to the blue chest now at 10.
Going into cross country because the dressage school's not deserved, just as anticipated. I mean, to be fair, she did some nice work in between the blips. She just crossed because she knows she could have done some nice work without all the blips. But hey, that's something for you. What happens? So yeah, all the same for on this one. How was that, Lucy?
Oh, well, it was quite a pressurised round.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I did tell you were in second before you went, but I think that's a good thing.
Have we put the lavender in?
No. Some people you wouldn't tell because I think the pressure would get to them.
I did nearly absolutely screw it up though.
Where did you nearly screw it up?
So I think it's fence 7, fence 6 or 7. It was a little table fence to a corner, and I don't know why, I just wasn't looking early enough. And because I think I was too busy thinking about my perfect in, getting it right. And I just wasn't looking early enough, and ended up by the 90, and I was like, oh my God. Luckily, she's very good.
They did, I heard it because I stood by a fence judge, and they said something about doing a zigzag. I thought you'd gone the wrong way, like at Aston, but you just did a little wandering line. But how was she? Was she a good girl?
Oh, like she was on it all the way around. You know, she does need a bigger jump, because that backs her off a bit more. Yeah. But she's terrific. She is terrific to ride cross country, because
she was.
She's a machine.
I didn't get any footage, well, really, apart from just going out the box, because she is so sharp now about starting, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
Like, she already from the warm up. So they're funny horses.
Can you just move her forwards, Nick?
When they get that adrenaline, then they look like they're a nappy horse, like they don't want to do it, but it's not that. They just get so buzzed up that they end up sort of disappearing in a direction that's not always the right direction. And that's what she was doing.
Literally, her heart is racing.
Yeah.
She knows what's coming next, and she loves it so much.
I had to say to the starter, can you count quietly, please? Because every time he was doing a time check, she was getting more and more buzzed, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I had a horse, my first horse, Boss, that you had to ask the starter to count literally in a whisper.
With fingers.
He knew the countdown. Anyway, luckily I was there and could lead her on. Because if you lead her in, she can cope, she's okay, but yeah. So apart from a bit of a dodgy start and a zigzaggy line, she was good. However, you very nearly messed up your timing.
Yeah.
Because you were...
I thought I had 5 seconds. My watch was telling me I had 5 seconds.
You were bang on the optimum.
I know.
So the optimum 5:40 and you were 5:40. Doesn't she look good? You were 5:40. Do you want to get her studs out?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And if you're over the time, you're 0.4 of a penalty for every second, and you were literally... Because you were slowing down to the last...
Yeah, because I was slowing down as soon as I came before the first water, because I thought, I'm so up, and I wanted 15. I thought, I know I have 15 seconds to come in, but yeah, and I thought, I've got 5, that's fine. I didn't have 5.
Did not have 5. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, what does that mean, Lucy?
I don't know, Jancis, you tell me.
I think it means results still TBC. Oh, look at her. I think it means you've come second.
Oh my God, that would be like wild, wouldn't it?
That would be wild. That's what her best ever BE placing.
Yep.
And to come and do it on a super competitive
day. I've got 1 shot.
Yeah.
That was today.
Yeah.
Which is why there's a bit of pressure on. I can't go and get some more double clears. I can't go to another regional final.
No, you can't, because you've got your point now.
Yeah.
So, I think that's mega. I think you've done such a good job. I said to you won your day, as in not winning the competition, but the day in the show jump warm up, because that just set the tone, I think, for the rest of it. Dressage wasn't ideal.
I think my yelling at by Roz the other day, where she made me do Roz, because we know my accuracy is poor, and that's so
literally every comment on every dressage sheet is like circle too large.
So I went to my friend Roz's the other day, used her arena, and I was like, just yell at me for everything. She's like, made me do 15-metre circles like 20 times, 20-metre circles. She's like, that's not a circle, that's an oval, that's not a circle, that needs to be better.
Yeah. So we'll get your sheet and see if they hammer you for any accuracy today. But I think the quality of the work that you did in between the little blips was so good.
No.
And you ended on I think 32.4, which is, it was good enough today. Like the leader was on a 30, I think. So it was good enough today. Some days it 32.4 in one of these super hot sections. doesn't sound that brilliant, but I think they were quite tough in their scoring. So yeah, blooming brilliant. The problem now is, Lucy, although we do have ample time to buy me lunch and you get prize money.
Yep.
So you can afford to buy me lunch, which is literally the highlight of my day. We have to wait now and do prize giving.
I think they'll be quite quick.
Yeah, they probably will, because I think they didn't have that many left to go. So, where's her other carrot?
Absolutely chuffed to bits.
Where's her other carrot?
So Bicton does have a wash-off area, but we've got a massive strangles problem.
Yeah.
So we're not going near.
Not as we as in us.
Yeah, but the area.
The southwest.
So hence why, ideally, I'd have washed her off.
Where is your carrot?
At the thing.
Oh, there it is.
But not taking any risks.
I think that's fair.
Right, I better ring Jerry.
Yeah. There you go. You can have a carrot. She might wake up for this.
She's tired now.
Yeah, right. We'll finish getting her sorted and then join you guys later.
Second, Lucy Council with her own and Jerry Cullen's Insey Wincy Cincy. Yeah. And the winner of Section K, our very own Jane Rogers.
Jane.
So, a few hours ago, Jancis, we were stood in this exact position.
We were.
Hadn't started anything. You were giving me lectures and telling me that I had to do this, I had to do that.
Was I right?
You were right.
There you go.
I hate having to say those. I really like those words that I get to say them. Not quite so fond of having to say them to other people.
You were right. I was right.
So I was very disappointed with the dressage. But actually I got a much better score than I thought I was going to get. I think I got a much better score than you even thought I was going to get.
I didn't think it was going to be a terrible score, because I think that you picked up and dwelt on the negatives.
Yeah.
I did too. The movements where she was going so nicely and then she just blipped.
Yeah, like shook the head or wasn't good in the contact.
Which I think was 4 movements.
Yeah.
Which, luckily, it's a long enough dressage test that that's not too bad. And they didn't really hammer you for it. It was just more like the 6 than the 7.
Yeah.
Which is
fair. Lucky, because sometimes you get hammered.
Yeah. You could have been hammered. So I think they marked you really fair. Also, they were 0.5 different in their scoring, because there's 2 judges at the 100 regional final. So that's really good, because they're seeing the same thing and their comments are pretty much
identical,
saying the same stuff, so that's very good. Yeah, the dressage was a bit disappointing, but only because she did a 28 last week in a harder test, and she could have easily,
and she was warming up beautifully today.
Yeah, she could have easily done 28 today.
And she was actually, when I was warming up in the grass bit, I felt like, yes, I've got the horse, good, and I literally went down to the arena and she was like, oh, what's the other side of the hedge? Oh, what's going on over there? Is that show jumping? And I'm like, no, and suddenly we got like,
but that's horses.
It is horses, but I was still like, no.
They just don't always go perfectly how
then I didn't know about being able to ride down the arena, which I think would have been helpful.
It's my fault.
But anyway, we've survived that bit.
Yes, and you were a little bit all in favour of going home after dressage, but
standard.
Luckily you didn't. And I think I was most proud of you. There you go, big word, proud. Because I think you really rode the show jump warm up well.
Yes.
And because you rode the show jump warm up well, you had a really good show jump round, and I think you rode a really good show jump round too.
So as anyone that's watched this vlog for a while knows, I love a plan. I love it when somebody hands me a plan and I just have to follow A, B, C, D. As soon as I go off piste and have to I'm trying to think for myself, doesn't work, does it?
Yeah, well, you developed that plan with Joe, who trains you all the time, Lucky Joe, for many, many, many years, and I think you really nailed it there. And you have to adapt it a little bit, and it's changed a couple of times, but actually I think that really,
yeah. Joe's like,
really
why do you do that? Why did you do that last week? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, why? And I'm like, oh.
Do you make her watch all your rounds?
No, I just explain. I just need to explain the rounds, and Joe's like, oh my god, I know exactly what you did. You didn't actually do any flat work in between the show jumps. You didn't ride the horse. You didn't change the canter. You just kept coming, and then kept being the happy hooker that I can be.
You weren't a happy hooker today. You rode it very level. I think that was the best rhythm I've seen you go in the show jump
Yeah, I wasn't nervous, but I
ringless.
felt a bit under pressure because I wanted that clear round a lot, and I knew that came down to me like doing everything I needed to do.
Yeah, which you did. So that was very good. And then you went cross country on a brilliant score. Well, an okay score, but in second place. And yeah, you just broke.
And you did tell me before I went cross country as well. Like a lot of people, you wouldn't tell them, would you?
No,
But you do tell me, because then I'm like, I dig a bit deeper, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you need it as your focus point. Whereas some people it would like, make them really jittery because you think, oh, I've got it to lose. I think you're better when you've got a real focus point like
get
that.
the bit between my teeth as such.
And you did. Really super.
Well, I was very lucky that I'm on such a good horse because I absolutely screwed the line on one. But she's so good and so handy and so good at skinnies.
You did mess up your pro photo though.
Yeah.
Because of your little wonky line to it. Never mind. So happy days. Very, very, very good. I think. Yeah. Objective achieved for the
Second,
day.
her best ever placing at BE.
Yeah, that's very good.
And in the regional final.
Yeah, very good. So what's next?
Wellington.
Novice.
I did. I wanted to do the 2-star, but then I looked at the cost of it, and I looked at the cross country. The cross country is pretty identical to the 2-star, so for half the money, might as well go and scare myself at novice instead.
Yeah, and that's in 3 weeks, so she's got an easy couple of weeks really before we.
Well, we're still planning to go to show jumping, aren't we, for a weekend?
Yes, Lucy. Yes, let's go show jumping for a weekend. I think we might come back down here.
Indeed.
Yeah, they've got their 2-day show.
2-day show. So just stay overnight and go and get some mileage in.
Yeah, because I'm going up to 105 next time, and you're jumping 110. So
and
probably
funnily
need to go
enough,
and jump
after
that.
doing 2 days of show jumping, you can suddenly see a forward shot. Who knew?
Anyway, well done today. I think you did.
Thank you, Jancis. Thank you.
You know, I keep it real. If I didn't think you'd done well, I'd tell you. But I think you did well today. So
And I'm quite proud of you because you haven't moped too much, considering you were
what?
supposed to be here.
I've got a little bundle of goodies in here that I'm most proud about. I've got half a pizza, I've got a delicious chocolate brownie, and I've got a new pair of overreach boots.
There you go. So it's been worthwhile you coming.
So that's your 130 quid prize money.
And
Well
then
spent.
Now you are heading to a regional final, hopefully.
Yeah.
Should we
See.
I've got my legs crossed, got my fingers crossed.
Let's see how the pony goes.
Anyway.
See how it feels.
So until next time.
Yeah,
Thanks very
over and
much.
out.